Hey everybody, Michael Knapp here with What MK Has to Say. It's been a little bit since I've done a podcast. I was been working on a major project for our company. I built the original website, oh boy, going on 4 years ago now. And over the last few weeks, I built out an entire new website. I had hired somebody to professionally build basically what's called the shell, the overall kind of look and feel. I wanted a much more easier site to navigate through, and if you would, please check it out. Give me any feedback. I'd really appreciate that. I posted it on Facebook. It's www.newway hearing aids.com, newwayhearingaids.com. So that's what I've been doing. And any time off, I've been doing a lot of shooting. I got a membership at a shooting range here in Orange Park, and it's a fantastic facility. And recently, I've gotten a new little Glock 26, the baby Glock, and the smallest Glock made is the new, it's been out for a little while, a couple years, the Glock 42. It's a little 380 for personal carry. I also have a Walther PPQ M2, which is our home defense gun, which is a great pistol. So anyways, been doing a lot of shooting on my time that I can get away. So we went live with the website on Saturday, and I finally have some time to just do what I want to do. And Linda's out right now, so I always say this, I'm going to do a short, sweet little video. And ever since I did the last podcast on losing this 50 pounds, I'm now 53 pounds. I've got 2 pounds to go to my goal weight of 170, all right? I started at 225. And this was from last July. So what happened is this last podcast I kind of went into about losing this 50 pounds, but not kind of really, I guess, in too much detail, because I got a lot of IM messages and text messages and emails. Some people even called me. I had a family member call me and say, holy cow, I saw the picture. And they knew. They've seen me like at my mom's funeral a year ago. She died last year, June 13th. That was pretty heavy, and so they can tell just seeing me. So, anyways, what I thought I'd do is just a short little video, probably about 10 minutes total time, about what it is that I'm doing and have done to really lose the weight in a little bit more detail. So, when I first started. And this was all by a friend of mine, Terry, my best friend Terry. We've been best friends since I was 15, 16 years old. He read the Dr. Atkins book. I never read anything on it. Nothing. I only got this information from Terry. And if I had any questions, I call him. I say, can you eat this? No. So anyways, in the very beginning, what I had to do for me was I had to cut out drinking milk. And I explained in the first video, I'm addicted to milk. So I cut it out, and I replaced it with drinking water. I also drink Publix, the grocery stores that we have down here in Florida. They're very nice grocery stores, and they have a diet sweet tea. People in Michigan don't know about sweet tea. Down here in the South, sweet tea is everywhere you go. But before I had moved south, I had never heard of sweet tea. So anyways, in fact, I moved to St. Simon's Island, Georgia first. And I was a caddy in this little cafe we used to frequent, some of us caddies. There was an older black lady there. Her name was Miss Mary. And Miss Mary, boy, she was fantastic. And the first time she asked me, y'all want a sweet tea? And I said, sweet tea? What's sweet tea? She goes, it's tea that's sweet. And I was like, I'll try one. But it's a lot of sugar in normal sweet tea. So Publix diet sweet tea, a lot of water. And then these Atkins shakes, okay, and they're not cheap, and I'm sure there's other types of protein shakes because what Atkins is all about, it's high protein, low carbs, all right. And from what Terry conveyed to me, in like even the animal kingdom, in human beings' bodies, we're not made to ingest the kind of carbohydrates we do. The carbohydrates are what turn into sugars, and that sugars then get turned and stored into fat. And I mean, I am a carboholic, man. So I, stop the carbs. And in the very beginning, what you are called upon to do is to get your body into what's called a ketosis state. Is you are at about 15 to 20 grams of carbs a day. It's like hardly anything. I mean, I think one piece of bread might have, it depends on the kind of bread, but let's say 12 grams of carbs, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup has 70 grams of carbs. It just shows you all of these kinds of foods, and especially sugars. So you got to eliminate sugar. And I love candy. I love chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. I love pizza. I love spaghetti, pasta, breads, all kinds of breads, especially really good like German heavy breads, dark rye and stuff like that. So no breads, man. So in the very beginning, it's not that I wasn't eating and I wasn't starving. I was just eating all different kinds of food, all kinds of meat. Beef, pork, chicken. I'm not a big fish guy. I explained that in the first video. I don't trust other people's fish. If I catch the fish and I clean the fish and I fillet the fish and I cook that fresh fish, I will eat that fish and love it. And a lot of people think, oh, he doesn't like fish. He doesn't like, No, I love fish. I just don't trust where it's from. That's all. I don't trust how old it is. I just don't. So anyways, a lot of like eggs are high protein. And you can eat cheese. It's very odd. You can eat a lot of different fats. So a lot of cheese. And like you can have creamer in your coffee. So if you go to Starbucks or something, and I'm boycotting Starbucks for quite a while, but I used to frequent Starbucks a lot. I would get what's called a breve, a latte, where it's made with cream instead of made with milk. And I used to drink a French vanilla, the kind of creamer that you can get, International Delight or Carnation, liquid creamer, and I would just get the regular stuff. And so I switched that to the sugar-free. And I drink a lot of coffee a day. I might go through one of those quarts every couple of days. I ask my wife. I mean, when she goes to the store, she'll buy 3-4 at a time. So it's creating a whole new lifestyle of eating habits and when you eat and what you eat and what you do. It really is a different kind of a lifestyle. And the weight just comes off, especially in the first few weeks. It's like you expel a lot of water weight. And I lost about 15 pounds in the first 3 weeks. It was like I was 225 and all of a sudden I'm 210. And then what happens? You continue following this. So you go in this ketosis state, 15 to 20 grams of carbs in the beginning for the first couple of weeks, and then maybe 20 to 25 carbs for several months. Okay? Several months, and you start burning the fat, and you're eating more meals through the day, small little meals. And for me, what I'm doing is those Atkins shakes. I'll drink a half a shake in the morning. I might drink another half at lunch if I don't really have time to eat. If I do have time and I can get home and I'll make like a little sandwich out of they have these tortillas that are only 8 grams I talked about. Most stores carry those. And you can make any real kind of sandwich you want out of it. You just got, you can't have jelly and stuff like that. You can have mayonnaise and lettuce and all that kind of stuff and some meat. And I'll wrap them up or fold them. I'll fry them up sometimes in a fry pan with a little olive oil, a little butter, and get both sides nice and hot. Put a bunch of cheese on there and some jalapeno peppers and some red bell peppers and some onions and some Lindsay's all natural black olives and, a little salsa or a little Tabasco sauce and make little quesadillas out of those. And so there's all kinds of stuff, eggs, a lot of bacon. I mean, honest to God, I probably eat a pound of bacon a week. But cold cuts, roast beef and ham and turkey and chicken. I get a lot of those little rotisserie chickens at the stores. We have Winn-Dixie down here in Publix near us. And they're like $6 at Winn-Dixie. They're like $8.50 at Publix, but you get about twice the bird, and they're very good. It's like I get the lemon pepper chickens, the whole chicken, and I can eat about a half a chicken in a sitting. So the other half I save for the next day, and sometimes what I'll do is just get all the meat that I can off of there and make a chicken salad out of it. Little onion in there and little mayonnaise and kind of whisk it all up and make a chicken salad and put it on one of those wraps. So, it's kind of being a little creative too. You got to get your own little thing going, I think, about it. Terry had his own thing about it. You can eat like snacks, nuts and stuff like that. Love cashews, so I always have cashews around or peanuts. And a lot of water. Man, I drink way more water than I ever drank in my whole life. But it's progressively been coming off since last July. I mean, here it is June 5th. So realistically, I'm at about 10 months to have lost 53 pounds. That's not some kind of crash diet. This is a change of lifestyle. So it really, really, really works. And, the reason I wanted to do this was just, again, try to help people. I mean, I had all these people asking me, well, what are you really doing? What are you really doing? That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. It's not hard. It's not hard, and you don't go hungry. I'm never starving to death. I never have that feeling of being really hungry, and the weight just comes off. I'll say one thing before I go. One of the hardest things to understand about this is you go through these phases of plateaus. And for me, I noticed there were 4-pound plateaus. So like I said, I got down to 110, 112 after about 3 weeks. Well, I stayed there for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden I'm 206. And I'm 206 for a couple of weeks. And then I'm 202. And it happens within like a day or two. It's just like, boom, all of a sudden. I don't know how it happens, but I went through these 4-pound plateaus. And the closer I'm getting to my goal weight, because I'm eating a little bit more carbs now too. I'm probably eating between 35 and 45 grams of carbs a day, which still isn't a lot, but it's enough to slowly get down to where my goal is, and then I'll maintain. So these plateaus kind of freak you out. I'm just being honest, and what I would say is don't let it discourage you. Do not weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself every, few days to a week. So, all right. I hope this helps somebody. If you're struggling with your weight, I mean, there's just no excuse. There really isn't. Try something like this and check with your doctor. I explain I'm not a medical doctor, and I am seeing my doctor regularly. He knows exactly what I'm doing, and he's totally for what I'm doing. So, all right. God bless you guys. I love you. I'll talk to you all soon.